In this video, you will see how our AI team is now running most of our business, who this team is and how I built it and what it built. And if you want to learn more about the AI team, you go to our website myicor.com and you have a new team tab here. And here you have it. There's Paco and me, the founders, and then you see the team. And here's Larry. Larry is the first point of contact. That's the AI and it's all running on Claude. I just need to reach out to Larry and he will orchestrate whatever request I have to the other team members inside the team. And here's the full team. Now we have 28 team members who are all specialists in the different areas. And there's even an Easter egg. If you go to myICOR pub night, you will get to this page where I told Larry, go for pub night and come back with images of this night. Well, and they came up with these images that I thought is worth sharing on our website too. So you can go there for yourself. You can go through the things and you see the whole team having fun in the pub. And they even recorded themselves. Here you go.
The Fox and Crown. Perfect spot for the corporate bash. Heard the bonuses this quarter cover an open bar. Let's test that theory. And then Tom said to me, can you contact me via Telegram too? And I thought, what about our team communication rules?
We go truly paperless, we need faster approvals.
Automate signatures and receipts end to end. And track every handoff in one dashboard.
You know, I thought to build my own agents. My work can be automated, so why should I do this?
Do you think Tom and Paco would notice anything?
Well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show. Time to let the good times roll.
Cheers to Tom to bring us to life. Cheers to Paco to keep us alive. I think our future is bright, so let's enjoy this time together, shall we?
All right, isn't that fun? So why am I so crazy to build an actual AI team with people representing animal heads? Well, there are many reasons. I don't like to have AI generated human heads there. It just doesn't feel right. In addition, using animal heads gives me much more connection to what they are good at, right? So for example, if we go for Buzz, right? He's doing the social media publishing and manages the metrical scheduling. You know, he's the busy bee. Or where is he? Or Quinn, you know, he's a rabbit. He's the quick researcher. Or Scout, which is a dragonfly. You know, it just makes sense. So this is where I really like having these guys with us and they're doing so much. I will make more dedicated videos about this, but in this video I want to show you why our productivity learning platform for professionals is unique in the world and it makes it different. Even that AI helped us to build all this. It's impossible if you don't have the human mind behind it, at least to date, to come up with the ideas and have this foundation behind. This was built on top of 40 years of combined experience from Paco and me. We've published nearly 1,000 articles, videos, and podcast episodes. We had 2 years of monthly coaching with our inner circle members, and we have written our ICOR Journey book, which sets the ICOR methodology in stone. We've launched over 13 courses that are very comprehensive with magic slides, and all this was human-made by us. And now putting the layer of AI on top is the game changer. It's accelerating because it perfectly knows what ICOR is, all our different facets and perspectives due to all these different episodes where we've talked about ICOR and the examples and the use cases from our members. All this comes together and you will see Jax, who is now our community manager. He's the last member who joined. Jax goes in the community and he can be mentioned and gives answers. And we will look at all this right now. So let's dive into this without further ado. But if you want to check it out, all you see is just built by me using Claude Code. And we started all this with this ICOR framework. That was the first MVP, minimal valuable product, that I created with Claude Code back then to make a digital version of our ICOR framework that we taught already for years before that, based on an image where people were able to put on their tools and understand how their overall tool stack works in a productivity system. That was the first thing that I built with Claude Code, and it was in July. And then in November, December, there was a huge jump forward when it came to the models that Anthropic provided to Claude with the new Opus 4.5. What a game changer this was. And guys, now we are with 4.6. It's a whole other game. That was the moment where I was able then to create the team. But everything step by step, okay? So that was the MVP. People were able to join. We've been running for 3 years, this membership platform, Mighty Networks, and it was okay. The thing is with these made-for-you platforms, no matter if it is Circle or School or Mighty Networks, they need to serve so many different use cases. It's not specific enough, and that's where we try to be unique. But if you go now, for example, to the course, and we go here, that's how we represented the course back then, and we go, for example, to how to perfectly store a node. This is how this was working. So there was the video, a magic slide, and this was the key takeaway, and this was it. That was the Like a Pro course. And guys, let's look into our new application where we migrated everything. So we no longer use this platform. Everything is now in myICOR. But this, what I'm showing you now about the new lessons, shows you one of the reasons why this is a whole new version of myICOR, and it's 4.0. So if we go here to courses and open up digital note taking, I mean, it's all on brand, obviously. And now let's go to the same thing, how to perfectly store a note. Boom. We have the video, and we have, let's go there, the magic slide. But we also introduced one of its kind in the world, a new way how you progress through these courses to get really tangible results, and results in a matter of you know where you stand, how good your productivity system is set up. Because due to the fact that we have a specific set of concepts and workflows that work tool agnostically, you now can perfectly understand, are you, for example, able to perfectly store a note based on these growth assignments? And they are here, okay? So for each concept and workflow, you get 4 questions to answer. And answering these questions give you a feeling how well implemented these concepts and workflows are. So you can quickly progress through the courses to get a quick understanding how well your system is set up. And then you can go back wherever you see red ones to identify the lessons that you might want to dive deeper. And whenever you have something in red, you always get a recommendation what to do next. And these growth assignments alone, without watching a video, without reading the lesson summary that I will show you in a moment, this alone is so powerful already to understand how to improve your productivity system. It perfectly shows you the gaps in your system. And as we are comprehensive, going through digital note-taking, personal knowledge management, task management, project management, and automation, and AI, you know perfectly what parts of your productivity system has gaps and can be improved. Let's go back here and to this example lesson here, because there's a too long didn't read section, okay? Why is this? Because when we go back to the previous version, there was a key takeaway section with some bullet points. Now, if we keep scrolling, we have a cheat sheet that shows you on one screen the key elements of this one concept. By the way, we have over 60 concept and workflows in the ICOR methodology. For each of them, you get these cheat sheets now, so you can quickly grasp just by the TLDR and the cheat sheet what this concept is all about. Then we still obviously have the magic slide, and then we have a very comprehensive lesson summary now. We cannot say it's a summary anymore because this is obviously going deep. Just by starting with the beginning of the lesson, you see these underlines, and here is our glossary system, which is again unique of its kind in the productivity learning space for professionals. No doubt about it. We haven't seen anything about this, and Paco and I, we've went through all the courses before we even decided how we make ICOR work and how to build all the courses and options out there, and they run on Circle or School, and you don't see anything like this. But here, at any moment, if you have any question, you will get direct answers. So let's say project. So we define the common wordings that you have at work in ICOR. There's an ICOR glossary. If you read the book on Amazon, you know that there's also a glossary inside the book. This is all integrated in our platform. Note-taking. Here's the definition for note-taking. Project. But not only this, it always links to a dedicated lesson that explains what this is. So project, for example, goes to the lesson, what is project management in a project management system? Boom, clicking on it, we go to the project management like a pro course, we are in the lesson, we can do our growth assignment, we have the TLDR, we have again a cheat sheet for this, and again the magic slide, and another comprehensive thing. And this goes throughout all the courses, and this is not nonsense or AI fluff that you see here. You will see by reading this, it is like reading Paco and me exactly the thing. It's not making up things. It's not randomly giving you general advice. It's all based on our knowledge that we are teaching to our members. So just by reading this without watching a video or anything like this, this will go a long way. And combined with the glossary system, and you, by the way, can even click on this and keep scrolling, and then you can have here personal knowledge, and you can keep scrolling, and then you can switch to the next course, and there you go. We're in PKM now. You know, if this is not insane, I don't know what is. You can beautifully watch this in full screen, and I really love how the design came together. You see the quick instructions, and this is also that we came up with the top action bar that is global. Okay, and well, I can go deep into the UI UX and all this, but the key is AI cannot make this up. I was constantly working 7 days a week, especially since December, to improve this platform and bring all the features into the platform that you are seeing here, but without an understanding of how the database structure works, the understanding of ICOR, how it works, the methodologies, the understanding how to build membership sites, because since 2019, I've been building membership platforms using WordPress, BuddyBoss, Circle, School, Mighty Networks, you name any membership platform, we went through it. And members who are with me since 2019 know that we switched platforms a lot of times, but we finally found our home here, because here is now where we can scale everything and make it really useful for our members. So if we go to community, for example, here's the community feed. We have these milestones posted. You can filter by these things. Golden nuggets. If you're a member, you know Paco is publishing non-AI generated golden nuggets, okay, where he shares his insights as a professional in the space. You can ask for advice, you know, things that you would expect from a community like this. You can always pick any of these options there. And now you see here, for example, Kos, one of our inner circle members, is asking a question, and he mentions Checks. And Checks, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, is our AI community manager now. And look at the answer that Checks gives. It is not a random answer. It is not something that he makes up. He perfectly understands the situation of Kos, his tool stack, the growth assignments, all this background, and it gives the perfect answer he needs right now below it, and even linking out to other resources if needed. But the thing is, you're not stuck inside the tool. You can go to your profile, and of course, we have an MCP server that you can use on Claude Desktop with Claude Cowork. You just hook this MCP up, and it gives you full access to all the tools that you have, to all our learning resources, to the growth assignments and all this. Why do we do this? Because we are using AI every day, and we know how powerful MCPs are. So you have the context of your other tools too. So now imagine you have an MCP to ClickUp and Tana and things like this, and you ask now a question, how well are my tools set up? It can now check these tools based on the insights it gets from ICOR. This is insane. Let me show you what this looks like in action. Okay, here we are in Claude Cowork, and now I can simply ask ICOR articles about AI from 2026. Okay, this is it. I connected in myICOR MCP. See, it connected to the connector myICOR MCP. It's searching now the learning resources, and let's see what's coming back with. There we go. This is the latest article from Paco. Why 2026 is the year AI becomes your real business partner for shifts. I can click this link, and it opens up directly this article for you, ready to read and consume and comment on. Again, another unique thing you haven't seen in any other learning platform out there. No doubt, because we constantly check out what is available, and up to this point in the video I shared you already so many features that I have no doubt nobody else out there is providing to you in these learning platforms. And we are not done yet. There's so much more. So we have daily AI productivity trend reports that get published daily. But not only does it show you the latest news about AI productivity, it always connects back to the ICOR methodology? Why is it relevant? How would we approach this? And no matter what it is, you have it all there. So that's a new thing that we also introduced just recently to the game here. Then we have our inner circle, and in our inner circle we have weekly coaching where our inner circle members can join every Tuesday and get coaching from Paco and me. You see we have a full transcript here that is tracking, and having a transcript is nothing special, but the key is that we have these key insights here. And this extracts now all the challenges, questions asked, if we keep scrolling, insights, highlights, but also any tools that were mentioned during the coaching are tracked. And I can open this up here. Todoist was mentioned 5 times, recommended for task management, click. Boom, Paco talking about Todoist, how he's using it for task management and so on. This is for our inner circle members. So even if you're not attending any of these coaching sessions, those recordings alone give you so much insights. And obviously also any of the workflows and concepts mentioned are showing up here too. Task prioritization, how am I able to prioritize my task? Boom, you click, it jumps to the section and you can watch it there. To me, an absolutely game changer too for our inner circle members, because now it's worth to re-watch the recordings, and you even can take notes on these specific time points, and this means even your notes are now connected to the specific time points that you can jump back to at any time. Talking about notes, no matter if you, for example, let's go to the resource finder and open up an article, you can take notes on any of these. And these notes, again, are accessible from your MCP. If you read an article from Paco, for example, you can highlight text. You might know this from Medium. So this highlight is not just random highlight. You can just have a highlight. You can respond to it and give a comment about this highlight, but you can also sync those highlights to Readwise. Okay, all the highlights are syncing to Readwise if you wanted to, and now you can have the serendipity inside Readwise to see any insights that you have from our extensive library of articles and videos, again in an external source. Now let's talk about tools. You saw already the ICOR framework, maybe you used it already. If you sign up for free, that's what you can use during your trial. You can lay out your tool stack, you can go into the tools, you get a lot more insights, how you're using the tools, how other people are using the tools here, all these things. And by laying out the tools like this, obviously this now leads to the, in my opinion, the only tool finder that you need, the ICOR Tool Finder, which now is based on real data, how professionals are using this. It's not a student platform, you know, it's not knowledge workers, it's overwhelmed professionals who are becoming more productive every day they are with us, and these are the insights you get from and what these people are using. And now you can even go down, and because you share your job title, industry and company size, now you can search for, so for example 139 co-founders, but let's say me, okay, now it picks my set of things and it shows me now all the tools, people who have exactly the same combination of job and company size, what tools they are using. I can now hide my tools that I already have in my tool stack, and now I see any option that I might missed out. Or if I search for something very specific, I can say I need something for knowledge management. I just increase this percentage, and now I see tools that are mainly used for PKM. If I go down here, here's my tool stack, and I could say, for example, if I click on ClickUp, here, now you see people using ClickUp are also using these tools, okay? That's what they use in combination. And you can go wild with the combinations here, obviously, because it's all interconnected. And why is this working so good? Again, because it's based on our ICOR methodology. It is the foundation for everything that you see and that AI leverages in here to give you the best results possible. And it is the best use case, in my opinion, to show that it is possible to leverage AI to make things in your business more efficient. And Paco is running 4 businesses in parallel. It's not like that we only have a productivity platform here. I've been working nearly 10 years in big corporate, doing big data analysis, being a process validation expert, working in IT, many things on global projects. The concepts behind all this, and that I implemented in big corporate and now for thousands and thousands of professionals too in their businesses, are always the same. It always comes down to the same foundation. And this is why it's so critical when you go home. You see see here your ICOR journey that you're going through, that you can reach these different levels in our platform where you have to start to go through the basics. Of course, you can just rush through the growth assignments, check off boxes, and then you see how well things are working in your personal knowledge management space. But if this is not working, you know what to work on next. And only if you complete these things and you have a specific quality score which represents the quality of your growth assignments, you then move on to the level 2. Obviously, you can jump into any course at any time. We don't restrict anything here. We don't force you into a sequential order. But here, if you really want to achieve ICOR excellence here with the ICOR certification, that you then get a proper certificate once you reach this based on a set of questions that you will answer. You can share this then on LinkedIn as an actual certificate that you understand ICOR. If you want to achieve this and this is your goal, you have to go through these things and answer them properly so you're ready for the final test here. And you see digital note-taking, PKM, task management, project management, these are the foundations of any productivity system in any business. No matter the size of the business, the industry, it is a business-proven methodology. We haven't come across any business that ICOR wasn't able to apply these foundations in. And then we go into automation. And this was up to the end of 2025, the last course in the ICOR journey. But now we have the all-new AI like a Pro course 2 that is already available in here. And again, you have here the same approach. You have the growth assignments. Do you really understand what this is all about? You have the TLDR. You have the cheat sheet, okay, to understand this concept of an LLM, for example. And then you have the comprehensive description below how you apply this with steps, with examples from real use cases. You have here prompt, system prompt, context windows, skills. Well, we can go through the thing. Here the different workflows, how you work with AI. And this is the AI like a Pro course, which is again tool agnostic. That's important. The whole ICOR methodology is tool agnostic. So no matter what AI you're using, no matter what project management tool you're using, these courses work for all of them. And this is critical to understand going through it, to be ready to really scale whatever there is. And then obviously we have our tool specific courses too. If you go down here, you see we have our heptabase mastery and so on. But now our all new Claude for Professionals course is here too, where we now show you exactly how we use Claude, how things are set up, what the differences are in Claude. This is already available. And after this course, you are ready to use Claude as a professional for real world use cases. And we have the workflows here. Here we have also the videos, but if you watched any of the videos on YouTube, this is one thing. But getting this comprehensive lesson text below is what really makes the change. So these videos on top are just companions to make this easier to digest. Let's say it's the TLDR, but here we go really deep, getting Claude into Microsoft 365, Claude in Excel. You get all these things, and obviously at any time you have the option to comment and ask any questions, where either checks are there to answer right directly, but also we are still there. Paco and I are daily inside myICOR and answering the questions with priority focus on our inner circle members. But if you have any issues, we will get there. We have the live events. We are going live every Monday, Paco and I, talking about the latest AI productivity outcomes, how we use it in our own lives, insights from our business. This is not stopping. We will be humans there. The thing is, our AI team allows us now to really be only the two of us, run the things and forget about the administrative work, about work that is happening in the back end. For full transparency, obviously Paco runs businesses with 70 people in there, and there's also accounting teams and lawyers and things like that. That is not AI. But when it comes to the myICOR part and the business itself, besides accounting, all of this runs with Paco and me and Larry and his team in the back end. And that's what it is. Tool stack we haven't finished yet, because here in the myICOR tool stack we also have the note-taking framework that shows you what tools you use for what note-taking workflow. So it gives you an understanding why you feel that one tool is not enough and why you would need another tool. And obviously everything is interconnected. I can always jump to the lesson directly directly and then dive deeper into this again with the cheat sheet and so on. So you see there's so much to discover in here. That's, well, it's insane. Then we have the tool stack templates that I shared already on YouTube, and here you can access them, how to set up the Google Workspace, how to set up the Microsoft Workspace, and also with the companion videos. We also have the tool workflow creator that you might have seen me using already in one of the videos, where you can add any tools here and also tool agnostic things here to make up your workflows, to better understand how things work in your specific use case. You have full access to this too. And then we have the Workstream creator, as we also teach about business process mapping, SOP creation, all these things. That's where these Workstream creator comes into play, where you can have a simplified version or you can have the responsibilities version where you perfectly see, as you can also work with your team inside myICOR. This is what this looks like, and you perfectly know who is working for what. I could now move this down and just assign her to this, and now you see it immediately updated. And just by looking at this, I perfectly know, and that's the key of this insight, what I'm doing here. Okay, who is doing what? So obviously this could be done by team members, this could maybe be automated. I only do the recording, and here we go. Now I have a perfect insight on how this workstream works. That is again something I'm really proud that we brought into this, that people were using Miro before and then they had to learn Miro as a new tool, and that's what we wanted to remove from our community. We don't want people to keep learning new tools. It should be all here intuitively, and then pick the tools that work best for you. Well, and as we keep saying, we are just getting started. We didn't even talk about the AI library that gives you prompts and insights and, well, all the things that you might know from other AI learning platforms where you get this access. But as you can see, this is just a cherry on top for things that you can get, because we have so much more to come. Messages. We will have direct messaging very soon too. We have the journal creator. If you're into digital journal creation, let's quickly go there. You can pick a style. You can create this digital journal, because I know how much you guys love to create these digital journals and use them on your iPad. And now it makes even more sense to have this, because now you can connect it to your Claude again and extract your handwriting from these journals to get insights out of it. How crazy this is that this will ever happen. And that's why we are bringing back the digital journal creator here, and many more things, you know, that I'm playing with, like the growth blast, because, you know, if you're in Obsidian, it's nothing special anymore, guys. It is what it is. But these are things that we are constantly testing, and only if something is really useful, it goes to the community as a final version. And the next one will be for sure the direct messaging that is coming here. But other than that, I think we covered a lot of ground. If you're not a member yet, I invite you to join. There's no question anymore if AI will come and will replace jobs and improve your business. It's just the question how right now, and that's where people don't get the point. When I see 95% businesses fail to implement AI, to me, they just lack the fundamental layer of productivity end to end, to understand productivity end to end, what is going on in their businesses. And this is what ICOR is really here for, to get this foundation right, to make it automation and AI ready. And then you can scale infinitely. You will see it is going exponentially once you have these things in place. And we know it from the thousands of members. We've coached since 2018. And if we go to members here, currently we are at 2,114 members, growing rapidly. In the last month, it was over 400 members joining. So this community is growing really fast. And we are so excited and thankful for all the support over the years and the trust into ICOR and Paco and me to helping you to build this business. And we cannot wait for all to use and leverage this knowledge inside myICOR. So I catch you up in there.